Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another video. And before I get into this video, bro, oh my god, if you didn't watch the last video, go watch it. I got 400 views in 3 days. My most viewed video ever in 3 days. Thank y'all so much. But because the last video did so good, I thought I might as well tell another story that's pretty similar. So this story is about whenever I overdosed at a party. So yeah, let's get into it. So this happened about a year ago. I was still in my old school, and one of my friends hits me up, and he's like, "Yo, I know where a party's at. It's like 30 minutes away, but my mom will drive us. She thinks we're going to a friend's house." And I'm like, "Oh, for real?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, bet." So I get to the school day, and I ride his bus to his house. And we get to his house, and I'm like, bro, this shit's finna be sick. He's like, dude, I know. And I'm like, whose party is it? And he tells me whose party is. And a very popular dude. I'm like, how the fuck did you get invited to this party? He's like, don't worry about it. And I'm like, all right. And his mom gets home, and she drives us to our friend's house. And we get there, and I see some people I know. I start hanging out with them. And my friend texts me like, "Yo, pull up to his room." And I'm like, "All right, bet." I know who his house is. I've been there a couple times. I go to his room, and it's my friend, the dude's house we're at, and like three other people. And my friend's like, "Yo, wanna know how I got invited?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And pulls out a fucking pill bottle full of hydros. And I'm like, "Oh my fucking god!" And he's like, "You want to dab in this?" I'm like, "Fuck you." So I sit down next to him. We're passing around a couple of blunts, and I hit this blunt, and then he hands me the pill bottle. He's like, "Yo, how many do you want? I'll give you as many as you want." And I'm like, "Shit, I don't know. Give me a couple of them motherfuckers." And he said, "All right." And this was a very dumb decision. Never do this. He takes out, or he pours a couple into his hand. I don't see how many, and gives them to me. I don't look at them, and I put them in my mouth and take them. Just don't ever do that. Ever. But I'm young and I'm stupid, so I took them. And my guess, I took probably about 6 or 7 of them. Like, I'm being so for I took so many of them, and I mean, I feel fine for a good little bit, and they start kicking in and mix with the weed and mix with the alcohol. I mean, I'm feeling it for sure. And I sit down on his bed, and I'm like, bro, I don't feel good. I feel like shit. And he's like, "You good, bro?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but I feel like I don't feel good. I don't feel like myself." He's like, "What the fuck do you mean you don't feel like yourself?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know." And then I lay back on his bed. I black out. I completely black out. And then I wake up and it's daytime outside. And I'm like, "What the fuck happened to me?" And he's like, "Dude, we thought you were fucking dead." And I'm like, "Why didn't you fucking call an ambulance or something? Like, you just let me here?" And he's like, "Well, I mean, you felt fine. You were still breathing. You still had a good heart rate. I mean, you didn't look bad." I'm like, "Still, bro, that's kind of fucked up." And he's like, "Yeah, I know, but I mean, you're all right though." I'm like, "Still, that's fucked up." He's like, "Yeah, bro, I know. I'm sorry." And I'm like, "It's whatever, dude." And I call his mom. And I'm like, "Yo, come pick me up." And she's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Just come pick me up." And she's like, "Okay." And she takes me back to my house, and I get home, and I call my friend. And I'm like, "Bro, like, just don't hang out with me anymore, bro. That was fucked up. I could have died." And he's like, "Yeah, I kind of figured." I'm like, just don't text me, bro." He's like, "All right, my bad." I'm like, "It's good. It's whatever, bro." And yeah, that's the end of the story. Hope y'all enjoyed. I'm tired, so I'm going to fuck to bed. But yeah, I'll see y'all next one. Make sure to follow TikTok.